Alright, what's going on guys, Luca here with another PvP build for the new chapter with the new class, the Arcanist, with a Magicka version. Before we talk about the sets, let's take a look on the new skills. First skill is our Major Brutality Major Sorcery buff, which also deals passively damage and restores almost 600 Magicka and stamina back, and also generates 1 crux if we have none. Second set is our CC with a 15 meters range. It's basically a fear, which has 1 second delay. It's similar to the old rune cage, so unblockable and undodgeable. If you place it on a target after 1 second, they get charmed, and charmed is, like I said, basically a fear. And on top it even applies minor wound for 5% more damage. Next up is our Spellable, escalating rune blades, deals a good amount of damage and even generates crux. Those crux, by the way, is a passive new mechanic. You can spend those crux to increase, for example, your damage, healing or shield size, that kind of stuff. Next skill is for all those hentai lovers, Tentacular Dread, which increases our damage by 5% with a unique new debuff called Abyssal Ink. Also deals frost damage and immobilizes the enemy, and with each crux spend you increase this damage by 2%, so the debuff, instead of 5%. With 3 crux you would gain another 6%, so in total 11% more damage on the target. 3 crux, by the way, is the limit. Next up is Fleet-Footed Gate, the Porter, which also gives Major Expedition. Feels kinda clunky, it's definitely not better than Streak or Mist Form. Sometimes it even doesn't work, especially in higher ground or lower ground situations. If you don't like this clunky animation, go with Race Against Time here. I would prefer something similar to Streak, because you cannot spam this thing, means you have 7 seconds cooldown on it. You cannot just spam it like Streak or Mist Form, which is pretty sad, but still really useful, especially in 1v situations. Ultimate, the Tide King's Gaze, which follows the target, deals an insane amount of AoE damage, ticks every 0.5 seconds, 5 meters range, but the beam is kinda slow, so good players, so especially let's say a Sorcerer with Streak, can just easy outmove it, to be honest. Alternative, go with Dawnbreaker or even Shooting Star, should work too. But as you can see, I don't have Fighter's Guild and Mage Guild at the moment. I'm still testing though. Backbar 2 shields, Chakram and Runeboard. Playstyle similar to a Magicka Sorcerer with 2 unique shields in this case, and with the Portal, which is kinda like Streak. The stronger shield is definitely Runeboard. In the first second you gain a ridiculously high shield. The shield size gains a max HP, by the way. Even deals damage and heals like crazy, especially if you have 3 crux, which you consume afterwards. If you're under pressure, spam this thing. Second shield, Chakram, absorbs less damage, but also heals good amount with crux spend. Alternative to this one, go with the light armor shield, Damper Magic, should work too, but then you're forced to use 5 light armor pieces. Vigor is Sapphire. Alternative, this one, Evolving Rune Mend, works too, but I prefer Vigor. Costs stamina, it's the only stamina skill we have, easy sustainable. The other one costs over 4k Magicka. Way too expensive. Then our resistance buff, which gives major resolve and even applies minor breach to target, 3k penetration, really cool. Next up, Rune Guard or Freedom, which gives minor protection, 5% damage mitigation, minor resolve, 3k armor, look at the duration, 20 seconds by the way, and even heals us if we fall below 50% for the first time, with a good amount of burst heal, and then even gives another almost 3k armor on top and CC immunity for 6 seconds. Really powerful skill. Then is Defensive Ultimate, Sanctum of the Abyssal Sea, which absorbs 60% of all incoming damage. After 10 seconds you deal AoE damage within 5 meters for 10 seconds, depends on how much damage you absorb before. This thing can hit around 10k plus with this build. I'm curious to see this ultimate with 60k plus HP, since it scales with your max HP. Maybe you can one-shot people, we will see. Major Breach is missing on the setup. You could swap out Chakram, the second shield, for Element Susceptibility for extra pen. Another option, a nice skill, which I didn't talk about it yet, is called Xena's Empowering Disc. It delivers minor courage over 200 weapon spell damage and the minor resource buffs, so for more sustain. Up to you to choose which skill you use. I prefer the second shield. Now we can take a look on the setup. Backbar, pretty simple. Rallying Cry, why not? Gives a ton of crit resistance and weapon spell damage. Front buff decided to use Hrothgar. With Tentacular Dread we can easy proc it, because it immobilizes the enemy. And our CC, we can keep up hot ground cooldown like this. Only 7 seconds cooldown. It deals around in general 3 to 4k damage, depends on the physical and spell resistance of the target. Really powerful, really underestimated. Alternative go with Way of Fire, Winterborn, Red Mountain. There are many options here. As Mythic, Deathless Feet, a must-have for every Magicka sorcerer playstyle, gives a ton of HP, stamina and Magicka, combined with one trainee for extra HP and a Balrog as monsters have extra pen and weapon spare damage. Armor types, 1 heavy chest in reinforced for extra resistance, then 3 light armor and 3 medium armor, 3 well fitted, 3 sturdy, 1 reinforced we don't need impen with, Rallying Cry, I'm on full prismatic glyphs, definitely needed. On the jewelry fully infused with 1 Magicka regen, 1 prismatic regen and 1 weapon spell damage. Sustain is fine in this case. Front bar and Inferno stuff in sharpened with the flame damage enchant, and back bar nice stuff in defending. Alternative you can also go with sword and board here with the escapist poisons. Let's take a look on the race. I'm Dunmore. For extra weapon spell damage, Magicka and stamina. Better would be definitely high elf in this case, or Breton for the cost reduction. Mundus the Atonarch for extra Magicka regen, Kragos for more Magicka regen. Did some tests with Sugar Scouts, but then you would probably need another Magicka regen glyph. 34 points in HP and 30 Magicka. We are around 29k unbuffed, with Deathless Feet around 31k HP. Potions, we need the Prophecy potions, with Major Prophecy, with the 12% spare crit, Magicka and stamina. I don't have space for Karma Hunter, CPs, Deadly Aim, Mastered Arms and Biting Aura. We have 2 strong AoE abilities, Tentacular Dread and our ultimate. If you prefer a little bit more tankiness, go with Duel's Rebuff here. Then Ironclad for 6% damage mitigation against direct damage abilities, and Red CPs, pretty basic, Sustain plus Suffering, Pain's Refuge, and then Bastion to increase our shield size and even 15% more damage against shielded targets, and then Shield Master for 10% cost reduction on our shields. By the way guys, I realized later on how powerful Fulminating Rune is. It's an AoE dot, which deals an immense amount of dot damage, and on top it even explodes after a delay. I would deslot the second shield, where is it? Chakram, this one, and put our weapon and spell damage buff on the back bar, and Fulminating Rune on front bar. Like this we don't even lose the penetration bonus of Splintered Secrets. Combination. First of all, try to build 3 Krugs. I usually use my spam buffer, Rune Blades, like this. 1, 2, 3 Krugs. Then use Tentacular Dread to apply Abyssal Ink for 11% more damage. Into Fear, into Ultimate, and then spam Rune Blades. Super simple. Here we are with some gameplay footage. Overall, I really like the new class. What do you think about it, guys? Type in the comment section below. Next up will be probably a Stamina Arcanist with 2H or do it. Not sure yet. For now, enjoy this build like I did. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and I see you hopefully in the next one. Peace.